who the hell knows with these things? It seems like there's no real rhyme or reason. But if there ever was a case for an appeal, he's got it. He 100% has it. He's also, unfortunately, probably been robbed of millions of dollars, because if he wins that fight, the rematch is even bigger. Now, to his point, there's a rematch clause that Gervonta...
Sure, but I actually understand why the New York State Athletic Commission did not want to overturn the result. Basically, they're saying that rounds 10, 11, and 12, they don't know how Gervonta Davis and even Lamont Roach would have adjusted to their fighting strategies and all that if a knockdown had been scored. Obviously, that changes the trajectory of the fight when you have a point deduction.
Tank stepped into the ring against Lamont Roach, expecting another dominant performance. But instead of an easy victory, he walked away with controversy. Since then, he's faced heavy backlash, with many fans believing he should have lost the fight. And it doesn't stop there. His ongoing legal troubles might push him out of the sport sooner than expected.
They upheld the draw, but they said the referee should have counted as a knockdown. So they said it was a knockdown, but they wasn't going to change the decision.
To be fair, this isn't entirely shocking. Tank had already hinted that 2025 would be his final year in boxing. The difference now is that it might not be his decision. Right from the start, Tank's confidence was on full display. He told Roach straight up, "You're not going to win," as if he had already decided the outcome. But when the fight went the full distance, it was clear things hadn't gone as planned. That's exactly why the heat is coming his way.
And that's what has brought around all the heat to his corner.
Look at this. How they go off of Gervonta Davis taking a knee and then going midway, Steve Willis, doing the 4 count and then stops it.
That was crazy.
And then they allow it, and then they call it a draw, and then they say they try to overturn it, but they can't overturn it. It's already done. The gig is up. And then they keep it a draw, but they change the rules.
If I'm a boxer, if I get dropped, I'm gonna tell the ref to stop.
Yeah.
Tank did it.
Yeah.
Hey, stop. No.
Yeah, you gotta finish that count.
Yeah.
When Floyd got hurt, he hurt his hand, and one of his hands, I don't even think he touched the canvas, but they started right away, giving him the 8 count.
Yeah.
Give him a 10 count at least. He beat it. But this is my problem with today's sport of boxing, is that everyone's changing their sanctioning rules, and they make them, and they create them. But
the judges called the fight a draw, and while Davis may have been okay with that, Roach's team wasn't. Almost immediately, they pushed to overturn the result, arguing that Roach had done enough to win. However, after reviewing the case, the commission ruled that the draw would stand. That should have ended the dispute, but Roach's team wasn't ready to move on. Instead, they brought up a different issue, one that could have serious consequences for Davis. During the fight, Tank did something that caught the attention of fans, analysts, and now the commission. He took a knee and signaled for a towel, essentially asking for a timeout. But that's not how boxing works. The rules are crystal clear and explained to every fighter before they step into the ring.
Clearly written and told to the fighters before the fight.
Comes out from a punch, quick rinse, back in. Don't throw anything into the ring. You need my attention for anything, go through the inspectors. Okay. Just another fight. Yes, sir. Just another fight. No need to get too deep about it. All right, just another fight. All right, been here before, know what it's all about. So I'll see you in the ring.
4. There are no timeouts, no breaks for a breather. When a fighter takes a knee, it's up to the referee to count and decide if they can continue. And that's the core of the legal trouble Tank is now facing. According to Lamont Roach's legal team, what Davis did was against the rules, and he wasn't held accountable. To them, it's another example of how the sport protects its biggest stars. Their argument? Tank, being a fan favorite, avoided a harsh ruling to keep his status intact. They believe he should face real consequences, even if that means losing his boxing.
That should have been an 8 count. The ref is a very professional ref. He's one of the best in the world, but he made a big mistake right there. He helped the star, and when you know who the star is and who you're protecting, you still have to be fair, man. You still have to be fair because Roach walked away with the draw, but he should have been champion right now. And even though they already promised him a rematch, they already told him, I'm pretty sure they already told him how much he's gonna make in the rematch. He's still not a champion right now, and he should. Sometimes fighters prefer being a world champion than getting the big purse, because being a world champion is something special to them. And, you know, even though Roach is already a world champion at 130, but moving up to being a two division champion, beating somebody like Tank is huge for him, for his career, for his family, for his trainer, for everybody. I think that should have been a knockdown.
And if there's anyone feeling the fire, it's Ryan Garcia. Never one to stay quiet on boxing controversies. Garcia had plenty to say during his appearance on the Ring Champs podcast with AK and Barack. He didn't hold back, criticizing Davis's performance against Roach and questioning the legitimacy of the result. Tank did what he always does. He gave away rounds, Garcia said. Lamont had an answer for everything. Every time Tank tried to turn it up, Roach came right back. I felt like Roach boxed perfectly. For Garcia, the issue wasn't just the scoring. It was how Tank fought. He felt Davis lacked aggression, and that Roach had figured him out, making it a fight that should have had a different outcome.
Sharp year, you know, anything could happen.
Yo, Ryan, what do you think about the knockdown with Tank?
That was a knockdown, you know, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it, because it can give me an incentive, you know, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank, and I like Tank a lot. But
importantly, Garcia called on the commission to take action over the knee incident. I thought Lamont won, Garcia continued. And I think the commission has to do something about that knee. If they don't, then what's stopping anyone from taking a knee whenever they want? They have to set a precedent. I mean, they came down on me, so why not Tank? Rules are rules. As the controversy grew, Lamont Roach Jr. also spoke out. But unlike Garcia, his approach was more measured.
Man, he got lucky as a draw. He did a good fight though. I thought he won it, but man, he gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned. Oh my God! But God damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
Watched the fight. We had a show that night. I haven't watched the full fight. One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, oh, that, you know, he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning. But it's a bit of a bizarre situation. For me, like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, like, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be...
Speaking on the Come and Talk to Me podcast, Roach defended Davis' skills, but made sure to highlight how tough the fight was for both men. I want people to know he was on his game that night, Roach said. Just because he didn't meet expectations doesn't mean he fought a bad fight. People saying he's trash or overrated, he's still a great fighter. While it sounded like respect, there was an underlying message in Roach's words. He wants the world to believe he faced the best version of Tank Davis, not a fighter in decline. Not a fighter in decline. If the narrative shifts to Tank losing a step, it takes away from Roach's accomplishment. So while Roach defended Davis' ability, he made sure to keep the spotlight on his own performance. Meanwhile, opinions from others in the boxing world continue to roll in. Promoter Eddie Hearn weighed in, arguing that Davis shouldn't be disqualified over the knee incident. Public perception was already shifting against him. If the commission let him off easy, it would fuel accusations of favoritism. But if they punished him too harshly, it could be seen as an overreaction. Tank was stuck in a no-win situation. And just when it seemed things couldn't get any more complicated, John Jones entered the conversation. Widely regarded as one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time, Jones made a surprising offer to Davis. Jones made a surprising offer to Davis. Discussions in combat sports. The two had met before, but this time, Jones had something different in mind. But this time, Jones had something different in mind. Jones invited Tank to try MMA, even offering to train him personally. Jones invited Tank to try MMA, even offering to train him personally. I'll teach you myself. When are we getting you in the cage? Grappling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling,
I'll teach you
everything.
myself.
It'll be easy for
grappling,
you, bro.
jiu-jitsu,
With
wrestling,
those hands,
everything. It'll
nobody
be
wants
easy
to
for
see
you,
them.
bro.
I
With
see
those
super fights
hands,
in your future.
Nobody
my
wants to
guy.
see them.
Exactly
It was a daring
shocking.
move,
Jones
but not
has always
exactly
been a big
shocking.
supporter of crossover
Jones
fights.
has always
And
been
with
a big
Davis now
supporter of
facing
crossover
serious
fights.
trouble in boxing,
And with Davis
switching
now
to
facing
MMA
serious
might
trouble
start
in
to look like an
boxing,
appealing fresh
switching
start.
to MMA
While Tank
might
didn't
start to
officially
look
commit
like
to
an
anything,
appealing fresh start.
his response
While
caught
Tank
everyone's
didn't
attention.
officially commit to
Let's do
anything,
it.
his response
I'm willing
caught
to do it.
everyone's attention.
That one
Let's do
statement
it.
set
I'm
off
willing
a
to do
storm
it.
of speculation.
That one
if Davis
statement
is seriously
set
thinking about
off a
stepping into
storm
MMA,
of speculation.
it would be
If
one of the
Davis
biggest
is seriously
crossovers in
thinking about
combat
stepping
sports
into
history.
MMA,
And with
it would
Dana
be one
White
of the
openly
biggest
discussing the idea of
crossovers
bringing the
in combat
UFC's
sports
business
history.
model into
And
boxing,
with Dana White
the timing
openly
of it all
discussing
couldn't be
the
more
idea
interesting.
of bringing the
11.
UFC's business
But
model
one
into
reason why
boxing,
people aren't
the timing
ready
of
to
it
count
all
Tank
couldn't be
out
more
just
interesting.
yet is
People aren't ready
the
to count
rematch
Tank
with
out
Roach
just
isn't just a
yet
possibility.
is because of a number of
It's a
fights lined
necessity.
up for him.
If the referee
First,
had ruled
the
Davis as
rematch
being
with
knocked
Roach
down,
isn't just a
Lamont
possibility,
Roach Jr.
it's a necessity.
would have secured the
If the
biggest win
referee
of his
had
career.
ruled Davis's
The
knee
boxing
knockdown,
world wouldn't be in such an
Lamont
uproar.
Roach Jr.
But that
would have
didn't
secured
happen.
the biggest
And
win
now
of
the
his
only
career.
way to settle controversy
And the boxing
is to
world
run it
wouldn't
back.
be in such an uproar.
And let's not forget,
but that didn't
the
happen.
rematch was already
and
a
now
mandatory
the only way to
condition
settle the
in case of
controversy
draw
is to
or
run
loss
it
for
back.
Tank.
And let's not forget,
According
the
to
rematch
reports,
was already
both
a
camps have
mandatory
agreed,
condition in
and a
case
potential
of a draw
fight date is
or a
set for
loss
June
Tank.
21st in Las Vegas.
According to reports,
The fact that this
both camps
rematch
have
is happening
agreed,
so quickly
and a
shows
potential
just
fight
how much
date is
demand
set
there
for June
is
21st
for a
in
definitive
Las Vegas.
conclusion.
The
There's
fact
no
that
belt
this rematch
dispute,
is
no
happening
mandatory
so
obligations,
quickly
just
shows
an
just how
overwhelming
much
sense
demand
that this
there is
fight
for a
needs a
definitive
clear winner.
conclusion. There's
What
no
makes it even
belt
more
dispute,
intriguing is
no
how people
mandatory
now view
obligations,
Davis
just
compared to
an
before.
overwhelming sense
Before
that
their
this
first fight,
needs
Roach
a clear
Jr.
winner.
was seen as an underdog
What
who
makes
had
it even more
already exceeded
intriguing is
expectations.
how people now view Davis.
Many
compared to
believe he
before.
should have won the fight.
Before their first
and
fight,
that completely
Roach Jr. was
changes the
seen
narrative.
as an underdog
Fighters who
who
prove
had
they belong at the
already
top often
exceeded
enter rematches
expectations.
with even more
Now,
confidence.
many believe
and
he
that's
should
exactly
have won
what
the fight,
Roach is counting
and
on.
that completely
This time,
changes the
he
narrative.
doesn't need to prove himself.
Fighters who prove
He just
they belong
needs
at the
to finish
top
the job.
often enter rematches with even more
Meanwhile,
confidence.
Davis
and that's
finds
exactly
himself
what
in
Roach is counting
unfamiliar
on.
territory.
This time,
He's no longer
he doesn't
the
need to prove
undeniable
himself.
favorite.
He just
His
needs to
performance
finish the
against
job.
Roach Jr. raised real concerns
Meanwhile,
about
Davis
whether he's
finds
past
himself
his prime.
in unfamiliar
Even among his
territory.
supporters,
He's no
doubts are
longer
starting
the
to creep in.
undeniable favorite.
And it's not just
His performance
fans talking.
against Roach Jr.
Fighters are
raised
questioning
real
it too.
concerns about
Rising
whether he's past his
undefeated
prime.
prospect Julian
Even among his
Gonzalez,
supporters,
who
doubts
initially
are
thought
starting
Davis
to
would
creep in.
dominate,
And
has
it's not
changed
just
his
fans
stance.
talking.
I feel
Fighters
had
are
Lamont
questioning
Roach.
it too.
I'm not
Rising
gonna lie.
undefeated prospect
Gonzalez admitted,
Julian Gonzalez,
but I wasn't mad at the draw.
who initially thought Davis
I'm
would
rocking with
dominate,
Lamont,
has
though.
changed his
He
stance.
surprised me a lot.
I think I had Lamont Roach.
It's easy to see
I'm not gonna
why.
lie, Gonzalez
Roach has now
admitted,
proven he's a
but
legitimate
I
threat
wasn't
to Tank.
mad at the draw.
And Tank
I'm
knows
rocking
it.
with Lamont though.
Maybe that's
he
why he's
surprised me a
hesitating
lot.
to talk about the
It's
rematch.
easy to see why. Roach has now
And
proven he's a
Gonzalez
legitimate
isn't the
threat
only
to
one.
Tank, and
Many
Tank
in the
knows
boxing
it.
world
Maybe
who once
that's
saw
why
Davis
he's
as nearly
hesitating to talk
unstoppable
about the
are
rematch.
beginning to see cracks in his game.
And Gonzalez
that aura of
isn't the only
invincibility
one.
is starting to
Many
fade,
in the boxing
and
world
Roach Jr.
who once
is
saw
in position
Davis
to shatter
as nearly
completely.
unstoppable are
The real
beginning to see
question is,
cracks in his game.
how will Davis
that
respond?
aura of
If he truly
invincibility is
believes
starting
Roach
to fade,
Jr. was
and
never
Roach
on his level,
Jr. is in
this
position to
rematch
shatter
is a
it
perfect
completely.
chance to prove it.
The real
if he's
question
still the same
is,
knockout
how will
machine who
Davis
built his
respond?
career dismantling
If he
opponents,
truly believes
then he
Roach
should
Jr.
win without
was never
question.
on his level,
But if Roach
this
Jr.
rematch
really does
is
have
the
him
perfect
figured
chance
out,
to prove it.
this could be the fight
if
that
he's still
confirms
the
what
same
many are
knockout
starting to
machine
suspect.
who built his career
Tank Davis
dismantling
isn't the
opponents,
same fighter he
then
used
he
to
should
be.
win without question. But if
Lamont
Roach
Roach
Jr.
Jr.
really
isn't letting
does
up,
have him
and
figured
neither
out,
are the
this could be
fans.
the fight that
The
confirms
controversy
what many
surrounding
are
his
starting to
with Tank
suspect.
Davis just won't
Tank
die
Davis
down.
isn't the same
and Roach
fighter
is
he
making
used
sure
to
it
be.
stays in the spotlight.
Lamont
the official decision
Roach
was a
Jr.
majority
isn't
draw.
letting up,
but
and
Roach
neither
has
are
made
the
it clear he
fans.
believes he won.
The controversy
and he's not
surrounding
backing
his
down.
fight with Tank
Since the
Davis
fight,
just won't die
he's
down.
been everywhere,
and Roach
on
is
major
making sure it
podcasts,
stays
and interviews,
in the
and
spotlight.
all over social media.
The official decision was a
keeping the
majority
pressure
draw,
on Davis and the boxing
but
commission.
Roach has made it clear
but this
he
week,
believes he won.
he took it to
and
another
he's
level.
not backing
He
down.
went straight at Tank's
Since the
fan
fight,
base
he's
with a
been
viral post
everywhere
that stirred
on
up
major
even more debate.
podcasts and
Within
interviews
hours,
and all over
the post
social
had
media,
over 215
keeping the pressure on
views.
Davis and the boxing
2 days
commission.
later,
But
it had
this
over
week, he took it to another level.
425 comments.
He went straight at
mostly
Tank's
from
fan
Davis
base with a
supporters who
viral
weren't happy
post
with
that
Roach's
stirred up
confidence,
even more debate.
his classic fight
Within
promotion,
hours,
and
the
Roach
post had
knows
over
exactly what he's doing
215K views.
by calling out
2
Tank's
days
fans
later,
directly.
it had over
He's making sure this
425
conversation
comments,
doesn't fade.
mostly from
the more
Davis
people
supporters
argue
who
about
weren't
the
happy
fight,
with Roach's
the
confidence
more pressure
that it's
there
classic
is
fight
for a
promotion,
rematch.
and Roach knows
and from the way
exactly
things are
what
looking,
he's doing.
Roach
By
is playing
calling
the
out
long
Tank's
game,
fans directly,
keeping himself
he's
in the
making
headlines
sure this
and ensuring that when
conversation
the rematch
doesn't
happens,
fade.
the
The more
hype
people
is
argue
an
about the
all-time
fight,
high.